Thank you, Elgato. Hello, fellow gamers. Welcome to my game room. I'm a gamer, Alex. Hope you enjoy your visit. I have to unplug Elgato real quick and then plug it back in. I gotta remind myself every time I play this game, I need to deactivate Elgato. You've got that medicine I need. Give it to me slowly. Put your hands on my waist, do it softly. Now, does he have abilities? What is that, B? How do you access skills? No, B. Okay, what is... spells B, so he doesn't have any spells or abilities or whatever. So these are all passives. I guess these are all passives. Huh? Power attack is also no, power attack is say stance. Cleave is passive. What about monkey grip? Oh, monkey grip is also a passive. Okay. I think that cleave is not.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Behavior. What does puppet mode means? There's a lot here for you to customize.
Yes?
It's It's been an age since I've come this far into the swamp. There are some twists and turns before we get to the ruins. There's probably more than lizardlings ahead. So, lead on, I guess.
It was still alive, shit. You got the medicine I need. Feel like a love, give it to me slowly. Put your hands on my waist, do it softly. How do I know what? Okay, level 3 fighter, but for humans, the highest level doesn't count towards penalties. So you can duel a multi-class without penalties. Right, but do I want to multi-class? That's, I guess, is the real question. What's the prerequisite for this? So they usually put the prereq. Okay. Oh, requirements, I guess. Any non-lawful. Not a lot required. Oh, yeah, move silently, rank 8. So for that, it doesn't even say. Oh, able to cast 3rd level arcane spells. Okay. Do I want to mess with this right now? Do I want to do a class, a multi-class? I just wish you can get access to all that information, like here. Oh yeah, human. You can't right-click on it to see. Can you do it maybe from the character screen right here? No. So you can't even open this to see what that entails. What does it mean to be human? You know, all of the like information that you want to get. So I want to see how that multi-classing penalty works for humans. I think it says, well, you know, I mean, there's got to be a way to check on it, like, after you have started the game, because I was able to see it while I was doing character creation. You know, I should be able to see it here, but it's not giving you the tooltip. You know, I think for humans, though, you can multi-class without penalty, because they consider your first your main class does not count towards a penalty for the multi-class or something like that. I just don't remember. I think that's what it means. I just wish that you can access this information again here, but I guess you can only. I guess I have to refer to the digital manual. I have this game actually on physical. I bought it when it first came out. It's sitting somewhere in the box. But I'll just stick with fighter for now. They recommend Dex, huh? Really? Making them harder to hit. Okay, well that's fine. I can add one more deck. Weapon finesse. Which one is this? Light weapon, but I don't know if that's what I'm gonna focus on. You know, that's the problem with this weapon-based skills. I hate those. But we don't have a lot here. Well, even if blinded or against an invisible creature. Maybe that Great Clave. Sure.
What's up?
No, I didn't even see it. I wish you can see what they added. I think it's taunt and parry. Yeah, okay, that's fine. See, that's very specific for longsword. I don't know if longsword is the only thing that he's going to be using. To give him mobility, maybe. So yeah, that's the problem with specific, you know, weapon-specific thing. I guess we'll just give him long swords then. That's fine.
Yes? I'll deal with this one.
Oh my god, all of them are coming this way? Jeez. He aggroed everybody. Uh-oh. Wow.
Bring it!
Wait, where am I? Oh. Don't be casting those spells on me. Yeah, what are you doing, Bibble?
I'll deal with this one. This shouldn't take long.
Wow, that cleave is really good. I can't switch from strategy mode. Yeah, exploration mode I think is the worst. Where does this take me?
We should turn back. These aren't the ruins that your father wanted us to search.
I thought you said you hadn't been in the swamp in ages.
I haven't. But I remember Georg talking about this one. He said no one has ever been able to get in. And Tarma says he's heard a story about a wizard who tried to get in once and never returned. Besides, if your father wanted us to go into these ruins, you'd think he'd have told us how to get in.
No, can't do that.
Okay. It's a convenient way to lock us out.
Let's go!
Dang.
Let's see what you've got!
Oh no. Nice crit. Bev will do something. Jeez. Scale mail, huh? Coat of leggings and leggings, perhaps a separate skirt of leather covered with overlapping pieces of metal. 4, 3, minus 4, 25%.
What's up?
Yes.
Minus 4. Is it? Yes, that's what I'm wearing. Scale mail, right?
Yes, indeed.
So even though it's
Yes?
the protection is not as good.
Yes, indeed.
The base armor class is not that good, but the rest is better. Okay.
Yes.
You're scared to win, you're scared to lose. You really
Yes, indeed.
choose.
Yes.
You got to hate, you got to lose. I think I saw a lizard man. Oh, yep.
This shouldn't take long.
Damn. Just leave me. 'Cause this is crazy.
I'll deal with this one.
Scared to lose, scared to lose. The war is over if you really choose. Everything around you. A repugnant smelling gas gland came from a giant beetle. You hate the heat, you got the blues. Changing like the weather, that is so like you.
What's up?
2, 3.
Everyone fall behind me.
Come back to America.
I'll deal with this one.
This is crazy love. Oh, I can't attack. There we go. Thunderstone. Thunderstone comes in a number of different types depending on its strength. Each has the same effect. It creates a deafening bang when it strikes a hard surface. Any target who fails a fortitude save will be deaf for 5 rounds. The strength of Thunderstorm will reduce the target's chances of resisting an effect. Okay. Hate the heat, got the blues. Changing like a weather that is so like you. 2, 3, 4.
This shouldn't take long.
Nice. He got killed by the cleave. come back to America. Just hit me up. Ooh, 'cause this is crazy. Got you on the flip side. If you come back to California, you should just hit me up. Whoa, where did you come from? Oh, from that room. Yep. There's nothing in this room now. Jeez. You hate the heat. You got the blues.
Oh, great spirits of the stone tomb, please hear our plea. The other listening tribes take our territory. They wage war. And before we fight them for our ancestral hatching grounds, we asked for your blessings.
There certainly are an awful lot of them. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea.
A warm blood. Here. Your very presence offends the stone god.
When this land was once ours, my tribe left something here.
And this gives you the right to intrude on our lands and disturb our holiest of rituals? Kill the intruders. Sacrifice them to the stone god.
Gotta get the shaman first. Nice. That's it? That's it? Yeah. Look at this corpse here. He got burned and then turn him into a prop. Why is it doing that? It's weird. Got the heat. Got the blues. Changing like the weather, like it's. 2, 3, 4. You recovered this shard from the ruins near West Harbor, where it had been hidden by Dagon, your foster father. The silvery piece of metal looks like a fragment of a once well-crafted item, though not obviously magical. Thus, having the shard with you grants you a sense of confidence in destiny. It's funny how it's just sitting there in a freaking treasure chest, and these guys never checked it out.
We were risking life and limb for that? None of this makes any sense. Dagon can do his own blasted quest from now on. When you're done searching around, let's get out of here.
Not ready to leave yet. Oh, we can't do identify because none of us are able to use that scroll. Okay. So. Just hit me up. Oh wait, I've been to both of these. Oh yeah. 'Cause this is crazy love. Catch you on the flip side. If you come back to California, you should just hit me up. I don't know how we get transported all the way back here. Oh my god. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I remember now the problem I had with this game. Sometimes it would do that. It would do the weirdest things. Just hit me up, 'cause this is crazy love. I got you on the flip side. If you come back to California, you should just hit me up.
Returned, and you have brought the shard.
That's all you can say? I almost died out there.
If I did not believe you could handle the task, I would have sent another.
Yeah, well, you weren't out there in the swamp getting attacked by lizard folk.
No, I was here attending the wounded, Bevel. Now find Marion and do the same.
I don't see how you put up with him.
Now, for the shard. Let me see it.
Glad I'm not the only one who thinks we should leave Beryl out of this.
What I have to say to you is not for Bevel's ears. And after this night, you two shall not travel together again. Bevel has his uses, but it's not wise to depend on someone of Starlane blood for too long. Also, his complaining tires me, and will not serve you where you are bound.
What were those ruins in the swamp?
Many such ruins lie within the mare and beneath it. They are of ancient Ilfon, an empire once forged from an alliance of dwarfs and elves. All that remains are ruins, and little else. And their empire lives on only in history books and stories.
Tell me about the shard.
That shard is one of a pair. Both were found after the battle that destroyed West Harbor long ago. My half-brother Duncan and I asked a mage in Neverwinter to examine the shards for enchantments, but he found nothing except a faint magical aura, residue of the battle. And so I kept one shard, and the other I gave to Duncan. Not long after I returned to West Harbor, I sealed it away in the ruins.
I have an uncle?
So to speak. It would be more appropriate to say that I have a half-brother. Duncan, like Bevel, has many faults that would make it wise not to rely on him or call him Ken.
How long ago was this battle in West Harbor fought?
It was long ago, and it was a battle that did not concern West Harbor, but the village was caught up in it like many such villages in the Mare of Dead Men. We knew little about what had sparked the conflict. Demons were involved, led by a warlock of great power. We only knew him as the King of Shadows. The forces of Neverwinter attempted to drive the demons back. Many villagers fled, some taking the road, others wading into the swamp, anything to escape the battle. There was an explosion, pure and white. Then, nothing more.
I feel magic from the shard. Strong magic.
Strange. Perhaps the attack awakened it. If so, then perhaps a second look at these shards would yield different results. But such divinations would be beyond anyone here in West Harbor, including Thomas.
Are you sure those creatures were looking for the shard?
That is the only reason I can think of for why they came. Am I certain? No. But my instincts tell me they were looking for it.
Sounds pretty weak to me.
It is the only thing of substance in this village that would cause them to tear it apart as they did. They were not looking for gold or valuables, nor did they seem to care about us, unless we got in their way.
Why did you put it in the ruins?
I could not bring myself to cast it away. Yet at the same time, I did not wish to keep it close. You are too young to remember what occurred, I know. But the battle was a terrible one. And that shard, it reminds me too much of that night.
Retrieve the shard. What now?
I need you to go to the city of Neverwinter. Find my half-brother Duncan, retrieve the second shard, and take it to a mage you both can trust. Duncan owns an inn in the docks district of the city, the Sunken Flagon. Not the most reputable place, but safe enough.
Why don't we dump the shard or give it up?
The problem is more complicated than that. If we give them the shard, I doubt it will prevent them from believing the second one lies here as well. Or others.
Others?
We only found 2. It is possible there were others, scattered into the swamp or taken away, or have met other ends.
What if the beast tracked me down?
That is possible, but this village cannot shelter you or survive another attack. On the road, moving, you have a chance. Once you reach Neverwinter, it may prove more difficult for them to attack you.
Is Bevel coming with me?
No. I know you value him as a friend, but it will be of no help outside of West Harbor. He would only slow you down. Bevel is made for simpler things.
I'll say, like cleaning the stables?
It is a better fate than others, I assure you.
I remember bringing Bevel with me, though. Maybe if you play as a female character, you don't bring him along. I've heard enough. How do I get to Neverwinter?
Head to the small port town of Highcliff when you are free of the swamp. There, seek passage on a ship to Neverwinter. The beast that attacked us will leave West Harbor alone once they realize their quarry has fled. If all goes well, you should be a Neverwinter before they find your trail. Say your farewells. Your boots may travel many roads before you return. I let some of the others know you are leaving, but not the why of it.
Why don't you take the shot to Neverwinter?
I was raised amongst the wild elves. For all my years amongst the race of man, they make little sense to me. You are one of them, and you understand them. I have done all I can to hide your presence. If these beasts come again, West Harbor will need me.
Hide my presence? What have you done?
I have created a screen of activity. On a normal night, your trip with Bevel would have been easily spotted, but not tonight. It still may not be enough, but there is little else I can do.
Why didn't you mention your trip with Bevel? That's your farewell then?
Perhaps one day we will speak again and gain an understanding of each other.
You seem eager to put me in danger.
We are all in danger. I will try my very best to keep the hunters busy. If Tamora wills it, your journey will be quick and safe. But Lady Luck is fickle indeed in the mare. Steel yourself for danger.
I want to talk to some people first.
Return when you are ready to leave, and we will speak of the path you must take.
He's badly hurt. First things first. Gotta sell shit.
This incursion is the most noteworthy event that's happened here in years. I had high hopes for Amy. She was a rare find in West Harbor. A shame she failed to heed her first lesson. Always listen to Tarmas. Not that I expect you would understand. But she was the only one capable of holding a coherent conversation with me. Go if you must. But mysteries remain here that need to be answered.
Amy's dead, and all you care about is how it inconveniences you.
An inconvenience? Bah! I wouldn't expect one of your small intellect to understand. Suffice to say that her loss pains me beyond mere inconvenience.
You mentioned mysteries.
The swamp has many denizens, most dangerous and all of them particularly irksome. But these new pests are not native. So it stands to reason they traveled through leagues of swamp trails and this odious smell to get here. Anyone that desperate has to have a good reason, so whatever you're carrying, guard it carefully. Anyone fool enough to go through that much effort to come here won't give up easily. I've already lost Amy to their determination.
Did Dagon tell you what I was carrying?
Dagon didn't tell me a thing, girl. But right after the attack, you dart off into the swamp, and now you're suddenly leaving? That speaks volumes. It's obvious you fetched something out there. And I bet gold that whatever those bladelings were searching for is in your pack at this very moment. But I don't want to know the details. Not to be overly dramatic, but I believe such knowledge could prove dangerous.
Is there anything you can do to help me with my journey?
Help with the journey, you say? Advice. Advice is what I can give. Use that skull of yours for more than a shield. Amy obviously failed to learn this lesson. A fool girl. As functional as the famous Harborman thick-headedness is, it still won't prove much help against, let's say, a lizardling sword or javelin.
If anyone could help me on the journey, it would be you.
Words of wisdom aren't enough, yes? Typical for a Harborman. If any of you had a lick of sense, you'd live in a decent part of the realms. How you all got used to the smell is beyond me.
Why did you come to West Harbor if you think so little of its people?
Suffice it to say that I find the bustle of city life even less endearing than the mosquitoes here. And here I can work quietly, in exchange for teaching some mud farmer's child a bit of lore every now and again.
Certainly there's more to the story than that.
There most certainly is.
Why do you even bother taking apprentices?
Do you think it's by choice? Having filthy beggar children tidying my place up with inept hands and clouded minds? I could hire a servant for that. But the village has expectations of a resident wizard, responsibilities that cannot be shirked. So I teach them their letters, so they can write dirty messages in the mud or some such rot, only to watch them throw it all away in a meaningless gesture of loyalty. Stupid girl.
Years ago, I overheard Georg Redfell say you came here because of the war.
That man says decidedly too much. It's true that part of the reason I came to West Harbor is because of the war that was fought here. You've probably heard it mentioned from time to time. And no doubt you've also heard the same vague accounts I have, assuming you could pry even that from the other villagers.
Do you know anything else about the war?
The whole affair is quite mysterious, I'm afraid. Demons were involved, that much is certain. But, curiously enough, there are no clear answers to who fought whom and why. I think part of it is the remoteness of the location, yes? There were few battles in the war, and all of them were fought in the Mare of Dead Men. An evil wizard was behind the whole thing. There were very few Neverwinter troops that actually saw any action, and none of them survived.
Why don't the other harbormen talk about the war?
And what would they say? I'm guessing that the harbormen are as much in the dark in this as the Neverwinter archivists are. The battle that was fought here didn't involve heralds and flowery declarations. It involved the wholesale slaughter of two forces, with your village in the middle. The entire village was nearly destroyed, and almost no one who stayed in West Harbor survived the night.
What's the other reason why you're here?
You really are a harborman. People here possess the sort of subtlety commonly found in raging barbarian hordes. Ask something else. I have nothing more to say on this matter.
Can we talk about something else?
Of course. In fact, I would prefer it. Oh, very well. I suppose I could always use more coin.
I actually need your coins. Is there a weight to this? No. Okay, good. So we can just keep it. You got that medicine I need. Oh no, I brought everything back. Okay, that's okay. How much money do I have? 2,000, okay. Magic weapon, okay. +1. As age began to creep up on him, Baragoth Hamish found it difficult to concentrate while casting challenging spells. The gloves he developed relaxed his mind in even the direst of situations. Before he died, Baragoth made a fortune selling replicas of the original gloves to others in his chosen profession. Concentration +3. Okay. So crafting. Golden Chalice of Elathander. This pure gold chalice is finely worked and bears the symbol of a sun rising upon a blooming rose. On command, it sheds a bright light equal to a light spell. The chalice can be commanded to heal multiple targets, which use one charge. When all 3 charges have been used, the chalice retains its light ability. Okay. Why can't I put that away? Jeez. Yeah, I can't seem to remove this. Why can't I remove it? It's very odd. I can drop it on the ground, but it's very odd. $700 for the Harvest Cup. Okay. That's 700 gold. Oh, there it is. It's so weird how that works. Good luck on your journey.
So, your father sent you off to Neverwinter. As if everything that's happened tonight isn't enough adventuring for one lifetime. I'm hoping that you'll be back soon enough after you reach the city, but most people who leave West Harbor don't come back.
Why didn't you come with me, Bevel?
Not that I'm not tempted. Amy certainly would have jumped at the chance, but we lost a lot of harbormen to the attack. Hopefully your father's right, and there will be no more attacks once the shard is gone. Still, the village will need every sword arm it has. As a member of the militia, my sworn duty is to defend West Harbor. I can't just turn my back on that.
Good to know the village will be in safe hands.
I'll do my best to keep the place standing for you when you return. I want to hear about all of your adventures.
Anything you can give me to help me on the journey?
I've got some bandages here, though I hope you won't need to use them. You can also have my share of the loot that we found. You'll need it more than I do.
There must be something more that you can give me.
Well, here. You can have what I've got left from my militia pay. Things are probably more expensive out there. Wish I could go with you, but the defense of the village is important too.
Do you know what I can expect on the road?
Not really. There's an inn north of here along the road. It's the only one between here and the edge of the mare, from what I understand. Plenty of lizard folk in the swamp, of course. Just stick to the roads and you'll be fine, though. At least, that's what I've heard.
Better get going.
Good luck. And if you run across the one who killed Amy, stick a blade through his heart for me. She deserves at least that.
This incursion is the most noteworthy event that's happened here in years. Oh, very well.
Ah, it's young Bevel's friend. Thank you for bringing my son back safely from the mare. Bevel is still rather shaken from the attack and the loss of your friend. I'm grateful you were there to watch him over. I understand that you've been sent to Neverwinter, the city of skilled hands. I just pray you fare better than Bevel's brother, Lorne. Is there anything you can do to help me with my journey? I hope they don't send more of the militia away. Seems like we need you more than most of us thought. I'm afraid I have nothing to give. Those creatures pillage our house thoroughly. Have you ever been to Neverwinter? I was born there. Bet you didn't know that. My husband met me at a fair. But I hear during the war with Luskin, a lot of the city was burned down. Don't listen to that fool Georg Retfeldo. He'd have you think every last building was destroyed. But that's another matter. I think of Neverwinter from time to time. I do miss its streets and river. I've never left the village. Do you have any advice? Always respect the city watch. They guard the city and they're the law. Just mind the lessons you've learned here. Harbormen are tougher than those city folks. Whatever happened to Lorne? He went to fight in the war with Luskan, right? He's never come back. I don't know if he's dead or alive. A lot of soldiers died during the war with Luskan. I just pray he wasn't one of them. Brother Mering says never give up hope, but it's been such a long time. I just want to know what happened. If he died, it would be good to put him to rest with the rest of his family. Give him the honor of a proper soldier's burial. If I find out anything, I'll let you know. It's a side quest. That would put an old widow's mind at ease. Such a strapping young lad Lorne was. If he's still alive, perhaps he'll want to return home. Bevel has tried to care for the family at Lorne's stead, but he still misses his elder brother very much, as does the rest of the family. So, you're headed off to Neverwinter, are you? Just remember that you're a harborman and don't take any guff from the city folk. We harbormen can take care of ourselves. We don't need any fancy walls to keep us safe. Is there anything you can do to help me? Here, take this. Harbormen take care of their own, not like them city dwellers. You remember that. If I had more to spare, I would, gladly. But after this attack and with the season we've been having, well, this is the best I can do. How have the fields been recently? I've heard it said that the first people came to West Harbor because it was the only section of dry ground in the swamp. Swamps pretty much have plenty of fertile soil, perfect for growing all manner of crops. It's been good like that for years. This past season has been tough though. Why is this season so bad? That's the 3 platinum question, right there. We have more water than we know what to do with, and the soil seems rich as ever, too. Nothing. This is a dead-end conversation. West Harbor is safe for now, and in part due to your efforts. I'm sorry about your friend. I wish I could have saved her. She's dead. We have to move on. I see. Much of Dagon's influence in you. Though we must concern ourselves with caring for the living, we should not forget the dead. Dagon mentioned you were headed for Neverwinter. It's a bad time to be traveling. Galen the merchant told us about his journey, and unless his tales were taller than usual, your road to Neverwinter won't be an easy one. I will pray for your safety. The mare of dead men is fast becoming more dangerous. Got something for me? I'm a humble priest with little to give except the blessings of my Lord. Those blessings you shall have, though. Have you learned any more about the attack on the village? I'm afraid you know as much as I about the attacks. Every hour gives no new truth. The Duergar and Bladelings came here for a reason, though, and I fear this is far from over. What's making the swamp more dangerous? As the farmers here are fond of reminding me, I'm new to this town. But in my years of living here, I've noticed that even the swamp has its seasons. And now it's entering a weary winter. Every morning I greet the dawn, and Lathander's blessing are becoming more distant. The swamp's danger is more than just lizardlings and bandits. Something else is stirring in the depths. Do you know anything more specific? That's the only thing about harbormen seem to want from me. Answers. And being a priest isn't about answers. It's about keeping faith when the answer do not easily come. What do you know about my father? Your father. Foster father, you mean. You're leaving us. And I've kept my own counsel on this for years, but you have asked. Dagon keeps to himself, and I think it's reprehensible how he treats you. I sense his soul was gravely wounded many years ago. Wounds like that heal slowly, if at all. I'm sorry you were raised in a home where you were treated more as family. You were treated more as family rather than a painful reminder. You weren't raised. My father has always felt distant. It's clear he never cared for me. The feeling is mutual. Don't say that. No matter what his sins, he is your father and has provided for you. That alone is worthy of respect. And who is to say that what is in someone's heart, especially a heart so hidden as his? One day I hope he breaks out of this state. If anyone is in need of the morning Lord's light, it is he, but he spurns me. Of course, I have said perhaps too much of the subject. Can we talk about something else? Why do you keep trying to teach Harbormen about Lathander? It's refreshing to have someone just come out and ask it. Harbormen value their privacy so much, they don't know what to make of someone like me. I'm here because the dawn's light touches all men, even here. Each day is a chance for a new beginning, a new story, a new you. So I came here to spread Lathander's words to people whose lives are sometimes too often shadowed by fogs from the mirror. Most of the farmers here worship Shantae. Shantae is the goddess of the fields and of the harvest. Anyone that tills the soils has her name on their lips at some point. But Lathander encourages spiritual growth. Each day is an opportunity to reinvent yourself. Sometimes this village feels like a collection of hermits rather than a community. The right words and a little faith could change this, draw Harbormen closer together. I could use some healing. Dang. Got some fancy schmancy smell.
So, Dagon is sending you to Neverwinter, eh? I can't say I approve. If it were a militia matter, I wouldn't send you alone. But I don't have any right to tell him how to raise his child. Can you at least tell me why you're going? Your father wouldn't tell me a thing.
Why do you want to know?
Our militia needs every capable hand right now. And you've always been more than capable. And now when I mean, we need you most, your father's sending you into the wilds. So why are you leaving?
All I will say is that's for the safety of our village.
You're less cryptic than your father. But not by much. It won't be easy reaching Neverwinter. I've traveled that way once or twice. It's a dangerous journey, especially for one traveling alone. You might want to ask around the village. If you're going to leave, some folks might be able to offer some help.
Can you give me anything to help me on my journey?
I really ought to give you something for your years of help in the militia. You'll be missed. Here. Take this shield.
Yeah, shield.
It's always served me well. And even if you don't use it, you can sell it for some gold that might do you some good.
What can you tell me about the road to Neverwinter?
The road is as wild as a road can get and still be called a road. And that was before the patrols stopped coming. There's only the one road in the Mare, and that leads to us. There's a small inn on the way. Makes most of its trade off adventurers and the like. Galen, you remember him? The merchant? Well, he says the road is even worse than before. Lizardlings and other creatures have been sighted, and in large numbers.
What can you tell me about Galen?
He's about the only merchant that comes our way. Does it once or twice a year, and thank Joaquin he does. We don't have a blacksmith, so he sells us what we can't make ourselves. With the way he loves to stop and chat, I wouldn't be surprised if you caught up with him. Why did the patrols along the road stop? Your guess is as good as mine. All I can say is I wish they'd start up again. Might have prevented the attack on us, or at least given us some warning.
Any news about Neverwinter recently?
Well, you already know about that war they had against Luskan a while back. Nasty business that was. Lost too many Grey Cloaks in that campaign, from what I hear. The whole city was burned to the ground. Every last house.
I hadn't heard the whole city was destroyed.
And that it was. If you go there now, you wouldn't recognize it. It was rebuilt in just over a year. By gnomes, I hear. And the war killed many men. The Watch just doesn't have the numbers they used to. One of the Watch's marshals, though, is a harborman, like you and I. You remember Cormac, right? He sometimes makes his way here. Lizard or the swamp. And lastly, stick to the road. I hear there are spiders, walking dead, and worse, off the road.
Wait, I thought he was repeating the same thing. Oh, no, yeah, he was. Can we talk something else?
Of course. Like what?
Hear any stories of the outside world?
So, you want to hear a story? Look out for the swamp elf. You see, an elf never stops growing. And usually, they head to Evermeet before they get much bigger than human-sized. But one of the eldest lives in our own swamp. Huge he is, tall as a tree.
Tall as a tree.
It's the truth, I say. This giant elf has been known to hurl rocks great distances, and it has the evil eye. If it ever locks eyes on you...
Turns you into a frog, maybe?
No, but close. It turns you into a stone. Not stone, but a stone. Just look around the swamp, and you'll see hundreds of its victims. And just by looking at them, you can't tell if it's just an ordinary rock, or whether it used to be a man. If you listen quietly, late at night, you can even hear them.
Well, his stories are entertaining at least.
Stories? Huh. Just don't look him in the eyes.
Farewell. Weirdo. You've got the medicine I need. Make a love, give it to me slow. Oh no, don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. No, oh god. I should have saved after each conversation. I'm gonna stop here though. Wow, this game is still crashing. That's not cool. Maybe I need to set it to compatibility, Windows XP or something. But yeah, that's unfortunate. But yeah, guess I'll continue. I think last time I saved was right before I talked to him, so at least there's that. Oh, you're still here? Well, thanks for watching. If you like the stream, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel. Appreciate it. Bye.